The Mother 3 Fan Translation. This is a free, unofficial translation made entirely by dedicated Mother/Earthbound fans. Please support this series by purchasing official merchandise, including the official translation if one is ever released. This is English version 1.1, made by the translation team at mother3.fabi.net. Welcome back to more Let's Play Mother 3. Last time, we made our way to Club Titiboo, and in doing so, we got to see a pretty darn great encore. After that, we learned that not only is possibly Duster here, but so is Kumatora, under the guise of the name Violet. So, we found our way to her private room, and we've been instructed to go through the attic to get to the DCMC band member room. But, before that, try going out here. Huh, it's the guards we met last time. Hey there.
Hey, you say something? I didn't say nothing, dude. Oh, it's just a dog. There ain't no dogs here, dude.
So yeah, while you could try to go this way, it won't go over too well. So yeah, your only option is to go up. Granted, you can actually come into the bathroom, and in here, there's a hot spring. So if you want, you can take a quick soak, get a nice heal, and then venture into the attic. So yeah, last time we also did a lot of farming, which, if you haven't done, I would recommend you do, or at least, be relatively stronger. What's coming up isn't exactly the easiest thing in the world. Because, as you may have guessed, the attic is an entire dungeon. Hey there.
Squeak, squeak. Mice are greedy and love to collect things. Would you like to buy some of mine?
Well, sure, what do you got? So, this mouse has some interesting items. Unfortunately, Luke's inventory is full, and so is Boney's. So, we need to sell some things. I guess let's, get rid of... I am going to toss, I guess, the Big City Cola. It's kind of not that great. So, that'll be fine. Otherwise, what does the mouse have? Well, he has the better stick, which is, well, it's better than a plain stick. Gives offense plus 20, which is pretty darn good and a really helpful upgrade for Lucas. If I were you, you may want to consider buying this. He also has some basic items like the bread roll and the antidote. He also has anti-paralysis, which helps you get rid of numbness. Very useful. You may also notice he has sprinting bombs and pencil rockets, which are extremely good items. He also has bug spray, made you looks. So all around, a pretty good store.
Squeak, thanks.
So yeah, we could buy some new equipment, but frankly, we just bought a lot of new gear, namely defensive stuff. So I might hold off just for a moment because I guarantee you I'm going to be running back quite often. So maybe after a couple times we'll buy some things.
Oh, hey.
Hey there, I'm the Friendly Item Depot guy. How can I help you?
Or deposit guy. Well, for now, let's drop off the extra DCMC pamphlet that we have. And for now, let's put away the pickled veggie plate. We're not going to need that. Same with the one that Boney has. We're not going to need those anytime, well, immediately soon. So I would recommend just dropping them off. Otherwise, let's actually withdraw the chicken that we got. I think now would be a pretty good time to sell it.
The gods are watching over you guys. You're incredible. You're amazing. Seriously, you're a real inspiration. We're right behind you, supporting you 100% from the sidelines.
Thanks, guy. And wouldn't you know it, we have a blue present box, which gives you the attic guide. So, yeah, it's pretty basic. There's not really a whole lot to say about it. There's, of course, going to be some new enemies and a whole bunch of other things, but, it's overall a pretty straightforward dungeon. Also, let's take a look here. There's the chicken. If you notice, it sells for a whole 200 DP, which is pretty darn good. So, why not? Had I remembered the mouse was up here, I actually probably would have grabbed some more of our DP, so let's do that now. Hello, Mr. Save Frog. Yeah, which good thing I had a couple, extra fights. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have had the money to buy all these things. So, that's also why I would recommend doing some farming, namely at the Pigtunias, is just because, frankly, it's, kind of tight on money at this point in the game. You haven't had a chance to gain money up until you start playing as Lucas. And wouldn't you know it, we have another enemy, a new enemy, the Arachnid, who is much more exciting than the normal Arachnids. So, let's open up with PK Love and give him a sniff, huh? Pony sniff the Arachnid. Smells like a bug, smells weak against ice, and smells weak against sleep. Now, as you'll notice from all that DCMC merch, we are going much faster than we used to. Still behind Boney, but still, we're going much quicker than we did. So that's super nice compared to how slow Lucas was. That's why it's really nice that you go to DCMC so quickly, is that it really, really helps Lucas catch up in speed. Because admittedly, that's kind of his biggest weakness, is that he's really slow. Which, you wouldn't think he would be for an energetic child. But I guess he was a crybaby, so, oh well. Anyways, we find another new enemy, a greedier mouse, who, I'm sure you can guess is just like the greedy mouse, but he's greedier. And anyways, he smells like an animal, smells weak against fire, and weak against sleep. None of which we can abuse, but, yeah, he's not all that bad. Now, notably, like the, mouse said, they are, well, they're prone to stealing. So, if you're not careful, they'll steal things from you. Oh. Here we have another new enemy, an Elder Baddie, with a rockin' song. Let's give him a sniff. Smells like an animal, smells weak against fire, and weak against strangeness. Lucas uses PK Love Alpha, and does pretty good damage across the board. Ooh, that's rough. Hey, quit that. I don't have any more antidotes. Frankly, I'm going to go for the Arachnid just to make sure that we don't get poisoned again. If you also notice, too, a lot of the enemies at this point in the game, especially thanks to our upgrades and all the levels we gained, are, falling pretty darn easily. We went from being pretty weak to being decently powerful. While we're not the most powerful, we certainly have come up in the world, which is good. So yeah, another big thing too is if I were you, don't be afraid to run back and heal. We know the hot spring's right back there, same with the item depot guy, and the mouse. So it's totally free to just go back and heal. And wouldn't you know it, we have another new enemy. The beaten drum. So let's give him what for. Ooh, he uses a marching attack. Changed the mood in the air. So if you notice, he changed the song. Which basically, he just makes it a little harder or easier to combo. So, I mean, realistically, he's not all that tough. Still, we gain a nice 86 EXP for our trouble. Ooh, there's a guitar there. Frankly, they're gonna kind of shower you in items, so don't be afraid to use things, especially older items like the baked yams. Don't worry about holding on to things like that. You'll have other opportunities to get plenty of healing items. And here we find a gently weeping guitar. Oh, I didn't sniff the drum. Oh well, we'll sniff the guitar. Smells like a strange creature. Smells weak against crying. All right. Ooh, and as you can see, they use what is essentially PK Thunder just to all, I guess in their case, foes. So they do a lot of damage really quickly, so be careful around those guys. Still, we get 90 EXP, and Lucas gains a level and is now level 19. HP went up by 7, PP went up by 3, offense went up by 3, defense went up by 1, IQ went up by 1, and speed went up by 1. Very useful. So, not a bad level at all. Otherwise, up here, we have a nice little present, which has a sprinting bomb. Very useful. I'm actually going to take the time and give that to Boney. Because as I've mentioned, I like Boney being the item user. He's built basically especially for it. Ooh, and we have another item. A bag of big city fries. Alright. Ooh. Here's our chance to ID the drums. Let's do it. Boney sniffed the beaten drum. Smells like a strange creature. Smells weak against fire. So yeah, they're all kind of just strange creatures. Getting careful about that electric attack. It is no joke. Otherwise, usually 2 spurts PK Love and you should be good to go. We'll have Boney Guard and use PK Love again. And that should... Oh, I'm surprised the drum actually survived. Alright. Well, not so bad. So at this point, I'm going to go run back and heal, and I'll be right back. On the way to go heal, Boney gained a level and is now level 19. HP went up by 5, offense went up by 3, defense went up by 2, IQ went up by 1, and speed went up by 2. Alright, so now that we've healed, why don't we try going another way? Before, I was more or less just following the set path that on the map is blue. That's the way to go. But all the other brown bits are ways that you can also go. They just may not lead to where you want them to. So, let's try this path. Oh, uh-oh. So yeah, for fights like this, usually I just use PK Love and call it a day. I don't see a reason to really, worry. Ooh. How mean. Lowered our offense. So yeah, the greedier mouse is, he's quite versatile in the things he can do. Of course, the spiders barely didn't die. Ugh. You know, I'll take the smash rather than getting poisoned. That is A-okay in my book. Yeah, nothing we can't handle, and we gain 142 experience. Very, very, nice. It's certainly worth your time to fight the enemies here. Ooh. And over there, we see something a little different. Someone who's certainly a lot more animated. And if you notice, this is the room that has the ladder going down. You can definitely tell that that's going to be our boss at the end of this big old dungeon. So, let's grab this present in the meanwhile and get a magic tart. Now, if you remember from Kumatora, or, well, when we had her in our party, this restores PP. So it's one of the few PP restorative items that you can get at this point in the game. So yeah, it's super nice getting the magic tart. Another big thing, too, to watch out for, like I said, is definitely the greedier mice. Like I had mentioned before, they can steal just about anything you have. But right here, we have another present with an antidote. Actually useful. So yeah, if you happen to fight the greedier mice, just be careful because, if you have items, especially consumables, they love to steal them. And let me tell you, they are not going to give them back. So if you happen to buy, say, a sprinting bomb, or a pencil rocket, or a burger, or just anything, really, these guys will not hesitate to use it on you. So, be careful of that. Maybe don't invest in a whole bunch of enemies, but they can also drop peculiar cheese, which is very useful. So yeah, super interesting area. I like that they used an attic of all things to make into a dungeon for Lucas and Boney. It's super different. I don't think in a lot of other games you'd remember, oh hey, there was that part where I went through an attic. Maybe in a horror game or something where, you know, the atmosphere was crazy, but no, in this game it's a full-fledged dungeon, which is pretty cool. Ooh, and they leave behind some more peculiar cheese. Now that we have 2 cheeses, we need to answer the question we've all been wondering. How does Lucas feel about cheese? Well, he's not hurt. So we'll need to ask ourselves another time. But what about Boney? Boney isn't too fond of cheese, which might be somewhat of a surprise. Anyone who's had a dog usually knows that they usually like cheese. Or, well, a lot of various human foods. Cheese, meats, heck, you name it. So yeah. So while Boney doesn't like cheese, in a pinch you can still use it to heal him up. And from that battle, Lucas gained a level and is now level 20. HP went up by 8, PP went up by 3, offense went up by 2, defense went up by 1, IQ went up by 2, and speed went up by 1. Not bad, not bad. I'll tell you, it definitely is worthwhile fighting as many enemies here as you can. They're worth a fair bit of experience, so don't be afraid to take them out. Like this Mr. Baddie, or well, Elder Baddie and Arachnid. I gotta say, I love this song so much. It's so cool. I can't combo to it to save my life, but man, is it sweet. That's one thing that, again, I've talked about a couple times, but I love the soundtrack to this game. It is just something else. It helps that they incorporated a rhythm game into the battle system, so, I mean, you would think that it has a pretty good soundtrack if they did something like that. Ooh, and we gained 91 experience. Very nice. Boney's all poisoned. As you can see, if you don't heal your poisoning, the screen will start, not flickering, but I guess dithering, to show that you're taking damage while moving. So let's use PK healing, or healing alpha. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Let's see where we're going. So if we want to continue, that's the way. But what's down this path? Well, wouldn't you know it, it's a bunch of mice. Hey there.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. Oi, Alfie, it's been donkeys, China. Wanted to rabbit. As out of some old bees, is that it? Ah, that's Calvin. Oh, Paul ain't using the bugs, but Mum's the dicky.
So, Boney got some peculiar cheese.
Squeak, squeak. We've been waiting a bloody long hairy line, old Pat, with you on your Toblerone.
I could not tell you for my life what he just said. What about you, huh? Friend's an interesting fellow, but what about you?
Squeak, is that you, Alfie? Where have you been with that son in a dicky bird? You didn't come by for New Year's or cracker night, so your grandma and I have been all jack. So watch it. You must be bleeding like Marvin, eh? Has some had nut bread for you? Squeak, squeak, squeak. Why don't you show your gem Ron here more?
So yeah, he made a little more sense, but look, I'm gonna be honest, the accent doesn't help my understanding at all. Oh, and we are full up on items. Honestly, let's use the nut bread on Boney, and let's use the peculiar cheese on Lucas. And wouldn't you know it, Lucas loves cheese. So yeah, Duster and Lucas, big on cheese. Boney and Kumatora, not so big on cheese. So keep that in mind and you'll go far. And in this present, some nice stuff was inside. You ate it right there. You felt something warm inside your heart. So yeah, when it says you ate it right there, it means it recovered you. At least a little bit. So that's nice. And what about in here? Some rice stuff was inside. You ate it right there. You're fully revitalized. Yeah, wouldn't you know it? Very nice. And in here, some nice rice stuff was inside. You ate it right there. You're fully revitalized. Very nice. And wouldn't you know it, here's a nice little save frog. Hey, buddy. Do you need something? Absolutely. Do you need to save your game or perhaps transfer DP? we're going to save our game. 'Cause frankly, we've come quite a fair ways into the attic.
Give my regards to the next frog you meet.
Absolutely, pal. And wouldn't you know it, the thing that we suspected was a boss is just up the way. So while we could go all out, let's conserve some of our resources and avoid some of these enemies. Uh-oh. There's an item. Well, we'll fight you, Drum. Ooh, and for beating the Drum, Boney gains a level and is now level 20. HP went up by 6, offense went up by 2, IQ went up by 1, speed went up by 1. Very useful. And inside the present, there was some magic gelatin. Very useful. Now, before we get into what we assume is a big fight, let's make sure our inventory is all right, shall we? Looks like things are actually pretty good. Make sure you have your, all your damage items on Boney, have some healing items. You'll go far with that. So we're looking good. If I were you, let's use some of our smaller items to heal up, such as like the bread roll. There you go, Boney. I think Lucas will be fine, and well, let's head on in. Hey there, fella.
As you can plainly see, I am a wooden base. I'm still in my prime. But ever since the base below showed up, I've been left to rot in this moldy, smelling attic. I'm filled with so much frustration. I'm gonna turn this frustration into violence and take my stress out on you guys. You're gonna be bawling your eyes out.
Uh-oh. Wouldn't you know it, the whole band's come to play. The jealous base and its cohorts suddenly attacked. So to open this fight up, do not worry about identifying the base. He's going to take some punishment. I would start with a sprinting bomb and PK Love. Get some nice damage on everybody. Ooh, the instruments used a jam session attack. Ooh. Yeah, that does a fair bit of damage all around. Luckily, with the sprinting bomb, we can get rid of the weeping guitar and almost take care of the drum. So with Lucas, I would just have him let loose every single turn. Let him use PK Love, do everything you can. Honestly, maybe let's use the Ancient Banana on the Jealous base. See what happens. Boney threw the banana. He slipped violently, took 52 damage. Not terrible. I was never really going to use it otherwise, so I figured, why not? The band member's defeat caused the Jealous base to fly into a rage. Uh-oh. So yeah, should you beat his band members too early, he'll buff himself up a fair bit. This is where you want to be careful. He can do a lot of damage. If I were you, make sure you stay healed up. I would use some doggy biscuits on Boney. Basically, try to stay above 100 HP. That'll make sure you stay nice and safe. Go. Lucas can just keep on using PK Love. And Boney, how about... Honestly, I feel good about you using another doggy biscuit just in case. Lucas uses PK Love. Not so bad. Uses a solo jam session attack. So yeah, he can still spread around some pretty good damage. Otherwise, honestly, Boney, how about you attack? Not bad. Ooh, and he tries Hypnosis Alpha. Luckily, Lucas dodged. Thank goodness. My luck's been pretty darn good, all things considered. At least minus the squawking stick incident. Also, let's sniff him. I never did that. Sniff the Jealous base. Smells like a strange creature who is weak against fire. So yeah, unfortunately, we really don't have a way to exploit that. So this fight can be a little rough, but you'll be fine if you take a minute to farm, grab some items, and, play it safe. Still, for beating him, we earn a whopping 1,352 experience points. And, of course, Lucas gains a level and is now level 21. HP went up by 2, PP went up by 4, speed went up by 1. Not bad. There's a hole here. Looks like you can jump down from it. Try jumping down? Sure. Whee! Oh. Like everyone's here.
What took you so long? Anyways, I just finished explaining everything to the band members.
Huh. Well, Looks like we've, certainly dropped in on, quite the crowd, huh?
It took you so long. I'm gonna repeat my dialogue.
So, I guess let's see what's happening. Hey there.
Tondagasa! So you're the one trying to run off with Lucky?
It's true. We are. Hey there.
We're discussing things right now.
And you?
Whew.
And, what about you?
Oh man, what to do?
And, you're the one we've heard about, huh? Lucky.
Tondagasa.
Who are you?
He's the one I was talking about just now, Duster. You two knew each other.
Duster. It's true that I don't even remember my real name, but I've lived my life as Lucky for years now.
Okay. All right, Lucky. I hate to ask, but could you tell him everything you remember too?
Yeah, all right. I can definitely tell that something very important is taking place here. I had absolutely no memory whatsoever from before I came to Club Titiboo. I had no idea who I was, where I came from, or where I was going. For some reason, I was clutching a strange egg with great care. I didn't know where I was going yet, and I continued to walk desperately. All I knew was that the egg was really important for some reason. I knew I absolutely had to keep it safe, so I looked for a place to hide it. And then, after walking and walking, I buried the egg inside a big dirt clod in a valley where I knew no one would ever find it. I still know where it is. I haven't forgotten. You go up a cliff near a giant waterfall and...
Unknown Valley. That's it, Duster. The egg we all worked so hard to protect is there. Let's go there right now.
But am I really Duster? If I am this Duster person, that means I'll have to leave the band, right? Duster or Lucky. One of them will cease to exist after today. Right? It turns out I'm Duster. What happens to the DCMC? But if I continue to live as Lucky, then what was that egg thing all about? What should I do? I just can't decide.
Of course you can't. All you can do is ask Destiny. Yeah, if Destiny decides it, I'll say goodbye to you with a smile on my face. Destiny, huh? Yeah, let's ask Destiny. We have a way. The same thing we've always done whenever we weren't sure what to do.
Stone sheet clippers, huh?
Yup. This Lucas fellow will play stone sheet clippers with us. If he beats all 5 of us in a row, you'll go. But if he loses even once, you'll stay in the DCMC and keep on playing the bass. How's that sound?
5 in a row, huh? I'm cool with that. You there. You're okay with that, right?
Okay, well, we're ready to begin when you are. You can start with any one of us.
And like he says, you really can start with any one of them. But, frankly, we've done a lot today. We explored the entire attic and beat a pretty fearsome boss. So, I think next time we'll play, what was it, Stone Sheet Clippers and decide the fate of Lucky, or as we know him, Duster. So, till then, I've been Brett. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.